Chapter 775 Cleaning. After Deng Shintong finished speaking, the medical team came over immediately. The Deng family had their own medical staff, who came to help Deng Shintong check his body. The people from the medical department came here, probably because of Zhu Zheng's order, so there were a lot of medical staff on Jiang Yi's side. Captain Chaos, are you feeling unwell? A doctor asked Zhang Yi very seriously. Several young and beautiful nurses beside him looked at Zhang Yi with respect and admiration in their eyes. They all knew everything that had just happened here. At this time, Zhang Yi became the hero of the entire Blizzard City. Zhang Yi waved his hand. I'm fine, and I'm not injured. You go and treat other injured people. The doctor said seriously, I think you'd better do a comprehensive examination, because sometimes people will have hidden injuries in the body during the battle. If they are not treated in time, it may endanger their lives. What the doctor said makes sense. Some hidden injuries cannot be seen on the surface, but in fact there may be problems with the internal organs. If you don't pay attention, it may be hopeless after a while. But Zhang Yi recalled what Deng Shintong said when he left, and he immediately became alert. A comprehensive examination? Wouldn't it be necessary to draw blood for testing or take away other things from my body? Zhang Yi cautiously stepped back a few steps. No, I have my own private doctor. Without waiting for the doctor to speak, he turned around and left the scene directly. When he left, he seemed to see a look of regret in the doctor's eyes. Zhang Yi returned to his villa in Area A. At this time, the whole city was under martial law, searching for the traces of the members of the Samsara squad and purging those who were related to them. Zhang Yi was not interested in these, but the sound of sirens could be heard whistling through Blizzard City all day. At this time, Zhang Yi had no way to leave, and all external communication signals were blocked. He could not contact the outside world, so he lay on the bed to rest. Later, Tu Yunlai led the team back. After the rest, the Tengu squad also returned to Blizzard City. After they came back, they immediately joined the action of eliminating the rebels. After all, some people have private soldiers, and they have to use force to suppress them. After an investigation, it was soon found out who was colluding with the Samsara squad. Blizzard City is so small and the population of 2 million is divided into strict levels. It is not difficult to find out what kind of people will come into contact with the Samsara squad. Bailey Chongqing also returned to Blizzard City. He absorbed the original power of the Great Works Yanjin and saved his life, preventing him from following the same fate as Bian Junwu. After Bailey Chongqing came back, the first thing he did was to go to the home of his old squad leader Wu Jingheng. When the rebellion began, it was he who removed the alarm system of the command center for the Samsara squad. Wu Jingheng was at home, feeding medicine to his son on the sickbed, while his wife was chattering beside him with a worried look on her face. Such a big thing happened in the city. It won't affect our family, right? Old Wu, why don't you go back quickly, so that the leader won't blame you then? Wu Jingheng did not respond to his wife's nagging, but just smiled at his son on the bed and fed him milk powder mouthful by mouthful. His son had a congenital heart disease and complications after the end of the world, and he had been paralyzed in bed for more than half a year. Even eating can only be liquid food. Bailey Chongqing came here by himself. He did not bring anyone with him. He just wanted to give his former comrade-in-arms and old squad leader the last respect. Bailey Chongqing pushed open the door and walked in with a sullen face. Seeing this, Wu Jingheng's wife was so scared that she stood up quickly, not knowing what to say. Wu Jingheng said calmly, "He came to see me." He walked up to Bailey Chongqing with a smile and said with a pleading look, "Can I tell you a few words before I go with you?" Bailey Chongqing nodded stiffly. Wu Jingheng explained everything to his wife in front of him. At this time, his wife realized that something was wrong and soon burst into tears. Bailey Chongqing was indifferent to this. There was only anger in his heart. After Wu Jingheng explained everything, he walked out with Bailey Chongqing. Why? Bailey Chongqing stared at him. Why do you want to be a traitor? Answer me. Wu Jingheng raised his head and looked at the big man in front of him, and sighed. You are still young, and you can still have dreams. But if you are my age and your wife and children are in great need of money, you will understand me. I have worked hard for the people above me all my life, but in the end, I can't even support my own wife and children. Tell me, do I still have a reason to work hard for them? Facing Wu Jingheng's questioning, Bailey Chongqing didn't know what to say. If it was before the end of the world, with Wu Jingheng's ability at the time, he would definitely be able to provide a good living condition for his wife and children, let alone support them. But now is the end of the world. Human life is worthless, and wanting to live is a huge luxury. Even he, Bailey Chongqing. With this video, we are finally done Thai Eclipse Moon Invasion. Stay tuned next battle adventure to start soon. Thanks everyone. Please subscribe, I need your support. They also have to run around for a 3-bedroom apartment in Area A. Seeing this, Wu Jingheng sighed and stretched out his hands. Winners win, losers lose. I have nothing to say. I just hope that after they die, you can bury their bodies with me. There are no wild dogs outside now, so we don't have to worry about being eaten if we bury them in the snow, right? He suddenly laughed playfully. The veins on Bailey Chongqing's face bulged. Click. He handcuffed Wu Jingheng and said in a firm and slow tone, "Don't worry, I will take good care of them after you leave." In Wu Jingheng's eyes, a ray of light emerged from the gray of despair. Bailey, you... He didn't cry when he was arrested, but now he choked. Are you telling the truth? Bailey Chongqing nodded. You know, I never lie. Wu Jingheng cried and laughed. Okay. Thank you. As long as his wife and children can live well, he will have no worries about dying. The same situation is happening everywhere in Blizzard City. The number of people involved in the rebellion of the Samsara team was so large and wide that it was jaw-dropping. After reading the report, Zhu Zheng couldn't help but sigh that Gao Changkong's layout was too deep. He spent so much time trying to gain fame and reputation, and then connected many forces in Blizzard City. Just for today's action, Lan Xinqing snorted coldly and said with a cold look, "These people actually intended to rebel. Their crimes are unforgivable. Zhu Shuai, kill them all." Zhu Zheng looked at him deeply. Kill them? Many of them are important technicians, and most of them are not guilty of death. At most, they are accomplices. If they are all killed, it will be a huge loss for Blizzard City. How many people do we have? Lan Xinqing said, but once you are unfaithful, you will never use them again. Keeping them is also a hidden danger. Zhu Zheng thought for a long time and sighed. People are monsters who are loyal to their own desires. This incident cannot be blamed entirely on them. It is the world that is wrong. Even if they are cleared out and replaced by others, won't similar situations happen again? In the end, Zhu Zheng decided to handle this incident flexibly. Except for some people who were involved in collusion with Eclipse Moon to harm the members of the Tengu team and were executed, most of the others were punished lightly. However, this time, the organizational structure of the core departments and units has undergone a reshuffle. Chapter 770, Six Idol. The cleansing in Blizzard City is still going on. Zhang Yi thought it would last for quite a long time. After all, the Samsara team almost took down the lair of Blizzard City and killed Zhu Zheng this time. But unexpectedly, the cleansing ended a little too quickly. In order to prevent the people in Blizzard City from being disturbed, Zhu Zheng chose to adopt a conciliatory attitude and only executed some of the main culprits. This made Jiang E look at Zhu Zheng with a higher opinion. Only people with such courage can be a good commander of a large region. When the Tengu team returned to Blizzard City, Yang Xinxin also came back with them. As for Liang Yu, he was recuperating at home because of his injuries. Zhang Yi asked about the current situation in Tianhai City. Yang Xinxin's answer made Zhang Yi sigh. Although the local forces did not participate in the main battlefield in the battle to encircle and suppress Eclipse Moon, they also suffered heavy losses. Several major base organizations, which were already insufficient in combat effectiveness, lost another 30% of their troops when fighting the Tianlong pirates. If this continues, the population of Tianhai City will decrease. Yang Xinxin asked curiously, "Brother, do you want to increase the population of Tianhai City? This is different from what you thought at the beginning." Zhang Yi shrugged his shoulders. "Although I hate the fight of intrigue, I still don't want to see Tianhai City really become a dead city. Besides, I'm not worried about who will attack our shelter now." With strength, there is no need to worry about being remembered. Yang Xinxin said with a smile, it will be a long project to restore the population. Even if the people of Tianhai City are asked to have children now, it will take more than 10 years to see the effect. However, according to the current situation, the childbearing age can be advanced. Just like in ancient times. Zhang Yi shook his head. He was too lazy to think about such things. As a human being, live happily every day. Why think so far ahead? By the way, how are Liang Yu and Uncle Yu? During the battle, Uncle Yu and Fatty Su both participated in the battlefield against the pirates. Zhang Yi was too busy to take care of them. However, judging from the weapons and equipment Zhang Yi provided them, they could not lose to those ordinary pirates. Yang Xinxin said, Teacher Liang's arm was seriously injured, and the bones were broken. But fortunately, Sister Zhou was here to help her fix the bones. She will be fine after recuperating for a while. You don't have to worry about Uncle Yu. His self-healing ability is very strong, and he doesn't even need Sister Zhou's help. As for Fatty Su, that guy's been hiding in the back, and he didn't even break a layer of oil skin. Zhang Yi nodded with satisfaction after hearing this answer. It's good that the people at home are okay. After all, everyone came out of the difficult environment at the beginning of the end of the world, and also established a rare relationship. He didn't want anyone to get into trouble. After this battle, we can have a good rest for a while. Zhang Yi closed his eyes and lay comfortably on the sofa. The unrest in the Jiangnan region was quelled, and the squads of the Eclipse and Tianlong pirates were wiped out, which will also bring relatively long-term stability to coastal cities. The only thing to worry about is the escaped Samsara team. Their whereabouts are still unknown, but they're already on the wanted list of the entire Huashu country, and the mission level is S level. Once discovered, I am afraid that the special teams of aliens in various regions will hunt them down. Zhang Yi is not very worried that Gao Changkong will retaliate against them. Gao Changkong is a smart man and will not do meaningless things. His target has always been the top leaders of Blizzard City headed by Zhu Zheng. If he rashly goes to Tianhai City to attack Zhang Yi, he will not be able to defeat Zhang Yi in terms of ability, and it will also easily expose his position. Zhang Yi guessed that he would most likely hide, just like he did before, looking for an appropriate opportunity to try to subvert Zhu Zheng's position again. But those have nothing to do with him. After investigation, all members of the original Samsara squad, under the leadership of Captain Gao Changkong, betrayed the people and ideals, colluded with the Japanese Ronin, and caused great harm to the Jiangnan district. But under the leadership of Commander Zhu Zheng, the Jiangnan district united as one and crushed their conspiracy to split the district and usurp power. During the entire operation, the captain of the Tengu squad, comrade codenamed Chaos, was not afraid of hardships, led by example, and defeated the Eclipse organization and the pirate gangs one after another, and returned to Blizzard City in time to fight back the traitors of the original Samsara squad. Comrade Chaos's ideological awareness is worthy of learning for the general public, and he is specially commended here. All the people in Jiangnan district, if they know about the information of the members of the Samsara squad, must report it to the relevant departments as soon as possible. If anyone knows about it and does not report it, he will be punished for conspiracy. This is the report of the morning news today. Zhang Yi was eating breakfast in his room, watching the news program on TV. This incident was really too big, everyone in the city knew about it, and it could not be concealed at all. But the propaganda department under Zhu Shuai is not just there to do nothing. After Gao Changkong fell, they had to raise a new flag to reassure the people. Therefore, Zhang Yi, a stranger from the outer city, became the best candidate. With humble origins, extraordinary abilities, and outstanding achievements, it is easy to satisfy the lower-class people's fantasy of a grassroots counterattack. Zhang Yi saw that the situation had stabilized, so he planned to go to Zhu Zheng to say goodbye and return to Tianhai City to have a good rest. He left the villa, and the guards outside saluted him respectfully after seeing him. The Yanyanwei soldiers looked at Zhang Yi with fiery eyes and full of respect. That was the look of a hero. And when he walked out of the gate, he immediately heard a burst of exclamations and screams from all around. Zhang Yi turned his head and saw that there were people outside the fence. There were both men and women, and they excitedly shouted Zhang Yi's code name, Chaos. Among them were many young and beautiful ladies, young women with charm, and sons from high-level families. Those who could appear here were basically the family members of the high-level officials in Area A. However, none of them took photos with their mobile phones. This was because the region had regulations that people from special departments should not be photographed privately to avoid information leaks. After the Samsara Squad incident, the high-level officials were more strict in their review of this aspect. Including Zhang Yi's name, everything became a secret and was not allowed to be mentioned privately. Zhang Yi smiled and waved at them, and the screams from the other side suddenly increased to a higher level. Zhang Yi couldn't help but think of Gao Changkong's treatment in the past. Good guy, now I'm an idol. In the end times, people really need an idol as their spiritual sustenance. I'm going to the headquarters, Zhang Yi said to a guard. Upon hearing this, the guard immediately drove over and drove a car, which was assigned to Zhang Yi. Zhang Yi got into the car and headed for the new command center. Chapter 777, Conversation with Zhu Zheng, Ad 6. Zhang Yi came to the new combat command center. Since the old site had been destroyed by the war, many data were also destroyed, so the new center was very busy. In addition to the need to reinforce it according to the headquarters standards, the organizational structure had to be planned. In short, people were coming and going, and it was very busy. Zhang Yi hadn't seen Bailey Chongqing for a while. He used compound number 5, and although he held on for a while, his body still had problems in the end. He saved his life by absorbing the essence of the great works Yanjin. He is now receiving treatment in the medical department, but no one knows what state he will become in the end. To be honest, Zhang Yi has always kept his distance from the power brought by that kind of drug. If one day Bailey Chongqing, like Bian Junwu, was infected with an incurable genetic disease, he would not be surprised at all. After arriving at the new command center, Zhang Yi was immediately welcomed by everyone very warmly. They were not being polite to Zhang Yi, but admiring him from the bottom of their hearts and being grateful to him. Because if Zhang Yi hadn't saved the situation in time, most of the people here would have died. Even if they were alive, they would be affected by Zhu Zheng's death and lose everything they had. This feeling was very similar to when Gao Changkong had just returned from a victory. Zhang Yi had no time to sigh and express his intention. Soon, he was called to the office by Zhu Zheng. Lan Xinqing came to greet Zhang Yi in person. This secretary, who used to look down on others, was now extremely respectful to Zhang Yi. Perhaps it was because of Zhang Yi's life-saving grace, or perhaps it was related to his keen sense of smell. He realized that Zhang Yi's status and position would be completely different from now on. This was due to the strength shown by Zhang Yi. At least from the current point of view, Zhang Yi's strength level has already surpassed the current captain level. Zhang Yi met Zhu Zheng. He was wearing a green military uniform shirt and standing at the window reading a document. After seeing Zhang Yi, he immediately showed an extremely enthusiastic smile on his face. Zhang Yi, you are here. Come on, sit down and talk. Zhang Yi and Zhu Zheng sat on the sofa, and Lan Xinqing had 2 cups of coffee brought. Zhu Zheng enthusiastically praised Zhang Yi, but it was nothing more than those old-fashioned words. Zhang Yi listened with a smile. Then he stated his purpose. The eclipse moon problem has been solved, and now I should go back to Tianhai City. This time I came to say goodbye to you. Zhu Zheng heard this, and hurriedly tried to keep Zhang Yi. Zhang Yi, your performance in this operation stunned everyone. You are a very talented person. Not only do you have good combat qualities, but you also have very good battlefield command capabilities. The most important thing is your loyalty to the Jiangnan region, which I have clearly seen. I hope you can stay. I can also keep the Tengu squad for you, so that you can be a real investigation team leader. Although Blizzard City has solved the external enemies, there are still big problems inside. Bian Junwu died in battle, and Gao Changkong's defection has become a hidden danger. We urgently need top combat power. So, can you stay? Zhu Zheng looked at Zhang Yi with a sincere face. If you have any requirements, you can talk about it. As long as I can do it, I will definitely satisfy you.
Zhu
Zheng was eager to seek talents at this time. He urgently wanted to improve the strength of his team. Zhang Yi was the talent he wanted most at the moment. Jiang E smiled faintly and took a sip of coffee. I don't like the days of fighting and killing. I appreciate your kindness. Zhang Yi did not show any hesitation because once Zhu Zheng was given a chance, he would be more eager to find a way to retain him. Zhang Yi did not owe Zhu Zheng anything, but Blizzard City owed him a huge favor. So there was no need to be polite to Zhu Zheng. Zhu Zheng was very helpless, but Jiang E was his savior after all, and he was embarrassed to force him to stay. In fact, he couldn't do it. But he was reluctant to give up such a good helper like Jiang E. After thinking about it, he made another suggestion. Then, how about I let you become an expatriate? You don't need to stay in Blizzard City all the time. I will keep the organization of the Tengu squad for you, and you can still enjoy the captain level, no, super captain level treatment and allowances. On top of the original captain level subsidy, I will increase it by 20% for you. The captain level allowances are very generous, mainly reflected in the purchase price and priority of various most advanced weapons and equipment, as well as genetic drugs. However, now these are not very attractive to Zhang Yi. He shook his head. I don't have that kind of worldly desire. Zhu Zheng frowned deeply. If the Jiangnan region encounters a similar crisis again, are you unwilling to take action? Zhang Yi continued to drink coffee, thought for a while, and answered with appropriate words. If it is a matter of life and death, I will still take action. But if it is for someone's personal benefit, then I respectfully decline the offer. Zhang Yi said this politely. But in fact, if it is something that does not benefit him, he will most likely not be willing to participate. Of course, events such as the Eclipse moon invasion by foreign enemies are an exception. He does not want to be anyone's vassal or thug. Don't look at Zhu Zheng's attitude towards him now, which is very polite, even a little humble. But once Zhang Yi softens his heart and agrees to be the captain of the investigation team, when Zhu Zheng uses him, he will not be like this. This is the same as when you resign from your job and your boss tries to keep you with kind words. But people turn their faces faster than turning pages of a book. You can't just look at the surface of things. If you are really soft-hearted, you'll be in big trouble. After all, Zhu Zheng was saved by Zhang Yi, so it is not easy to ask for anything. He can only say, anyway, I still reserve the position of captain of the Tengu squad for you. You can still enjoy the monthly allowance from the headquarters. If Blizzard City encounters difficulties in the future, I just hope you can consider helping. I will be satisfied. Zhang Yi said hesitantly, if it is convenient, I will help. When asked by others, you should refuse it straightforwardly, and you should not hesitate to agree. Zhu Zheng nodded, and then smiled and chatted with Zhang Yi about things other than work. Among them, he asked about Zhang Yi's future plans. Zhang Yi did not have any special plans. He was not a particularly motivated person, and he was very satisfied with his current life. He said that he just wanted to have a good rest and have fun in Tianhai City for a while. However, after Tianhai City is stable, Zhang Yi plans to go out to sea for a while. Anyway, Chunjingguan has several large ships. They did not go far, just strolled around the offshore, played sea fishing, and went to the south to see the scenery of the IC. Speaking of maritime affairs, Zhang Yi thought of the invading pirates and could not help asking Zhu Zheng. Speaking of those people, Zhu Zheng said lightly, those guys who don't know the height of the sky and the depth of the earth, I have asked the East China Sea region to help teach them a lesson.